Welcome back to another trip report from Charlotte Douglas International Airport. We'll be flying on American Airlines A319 and A321s from Charlotte to Philadelphia and later on to Boston. This is my first time actually redeeming miles for rewards, so we'll see how much fun we can have on the way there and eventually on the way back where we'll be flying another A319 and a CRJ 900 to Charlotte. One of the coolest parts about riding to the airport this early is seeing how beautiful the lights are on the new A concourse. The purple and blue lights representing the colors of the Charlotte Hornets, our city's basketball team. Once checked in through security, I got my usual things and headed upstairs to the atrium, where I would eat my Cinnabon and watch over the aircraft as the sun rose in the early morning. My A319 would be one of these as seen here today, with sharklets on the wingtips instead of the wingtip fences that US Airways had purchased. And here's our aircraft today, November 70020, an American Airlines A319 with sharks, operating as American Airlines Flight 401. This aircraft took flight in 2014 and has spent its entire life with American Airlines. What makes this particular aircraft special is that it is the last aircraft type that is a narrow-body in the American Airlines fleet that still retains its PTVs. All other aircraft that don't go international, like the 737s and A319s, A320s, and A321s from the US Airways fleets, do not have PTVs. As look at the seat we have here, which still has a leftover napkin from the previous flight. We have a large tray table that folds into two parts. Once closed, you will also notice that we have a universal power plug below, and headphone ports above, and a USB power outlet. Along with this, you have your entertainment magazine and your safety card. With the seat tour out of the way, we'll begin our push back from this corner gate and make our way all the way down to the runway 18 left for our southern departure out of Charlotte. Leaving the Charlotte skyline behind, we get to my favorite part of the PTVs American Airlines has, which is its moving flight map. This moving map comes with interesting facts and tidbits like population size and density of the city you're heading to and departed from, while also showing many different views from overhead or inside of your aircraft, like the cockpit view, which I also like watching from throughout flights. While passing over Washington Dulles Airport, we got our usual snacks from American, a cup of ginger ale, and Biscoff cookies that they're famous for. Down below you'll also find the DCA Reagan Airport, which we'll visit later, and the Baltimore Thurgood Marshall International Airport in Maryland. Our flight would eventually incur a delay though due to fog down in Philadelphia, so we had to do a couple of holding patterns while we waited for the fog to clear so we have a safer landing. After a couple loops over the Delaware River, we finally made our final approach into runway 9 right into Philadelphia International Airport.
Seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off. And keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items. Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any...
Welcome to Philadelphia International Airport, American Airlines' 5th largest hub. As you can see here, the fog is pretty dense, which would explain why we had to hold for a little while until we could actually get some sort of visibility on the ground. Anything less than this would probably be unsafe. Today our aircraft will be parking in the B gates. Not long after arriving, the sun finally poked through and I went to get some Auntie Anne's for lunch and saw American Airlines Reno Air parked along at B4. Shortly after, I walked to my gate B11 and await my A321 to Boston. This aircraft is a 5-year-old A321, tail number November 929 Alpha Alpha, flying with American its entire life. Today it will be operating as American Airlines Flight 395 from Philadelphia to Boston. After the weather had cleared up, then she switched runway directions and will be taxiing towards runway 27 right for departure. And for those with a keen eye will notice that the Southwest Airlines Desert Gold livery is still featured in this video. This video was shot just 2 weeks before its retirement. For a while after departure, we took a southerly departure, but we eventually fly north towards our eventual destination of Boston Logan. Along the routing today, we can see things like Staten Island, including the other boroughs like Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens. We got a decent look at Newark Liberty, New York's LaGuardia Airport, and a small bit of JFK International Airport. You can access the free entertainment using aainflight.com and connecting to their Wi-Fi. You'll see things like your time left in flight, along with live TV, weather, and other things. Not long after, we began making our approach into Boston, passing the states of Rhode Island and Connecticut. Despite the turbulence, we make our smooth landing and approach for runway 4 left. Welcome to Boston Logan International Airport, where we'll be taxiing to the other Bravo gates on the far side of the airport. All around, this trip was very smooth and very fast. Despite the inconvenience of holding for a little while, I did not miss my connection. What I'd like to do when traveling in big cities like these is find the nearest public transit, as you can see here on the bus, then take it into the intercity where I can hop onto a subway to my final destination, be it a hotel or finding family and friends. It's not as hard as you think it is, and it'll be a lot faster than trying to find a family or friend to drive into town just to pick you up in the long lines. At the end of the day, I'll see you next time for our flights back to Charlotte with American Airlines on Piedmont Retro and the CRJ 900. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll tune in next time.